Good evening, everyone. We are doing VFR. I've got a spontaneous session of streaming, doing some VFR traffic today. And as always, these are like little workshops. I will explain what I'm doing, what I'm thinking about and all that stuff. And you feel free to ask questions. Even if you're watching the video afterwards, just use the comment section, ask some questions about that. Stream just started. I'm just waiting for some people to show up. And yeah, we'll try to explain beforehand what I'm going to do and just have some fun today. So yeah, Blue hi, Eric. Good evening. Let me just start that on Twitch as well. And then we will see. Timo Nabend. Timo will be our controller here in Lübeck today, I guess, because there's no Lübeck Tower online. He's doing top-down service, so we will hear him for leaving the control zone. But yeah, more to that in a couple of minutes. We will try to do everything. So let me get that straight. Twitch is running as well. As you know, I'm preferring YouTube for all aviation videos and all that stuff. I'm doing my main channel over here, but I'm simultaneously streaming on Twitch, as this is allowed now, so why not, no? Al, yeah, hi, nice topic. The expert is here. So if I'm doing something wrong, I'll just, yeah, use the chat. Sir Brokelot, good evening. Hi, Jason. First time chat, really? Why is it the first time chat? Or do you have a new name? No, that's a new name. Sir Broke a lot. Usually it's Sir Growls a lot. So this might be another person in that case. I don't know. MTR Nord, something to learn. Nice. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully I have something to learn for you. You can experience what I'm experiencing. Just looking at everything. Let me check something. If you see, yes, you just see my screen. I was thinking about if it's just Microsoft 2020. No, it isn't. So I can show you all the other stuff I'm doing around the simulator as well. I've been over with an occasional hi on YouTube. You prefer Twitch. I see. No worries. Yeah. So what are we going to do? We are in northern Germany. Let me just get Fantastic online here. Just have a watch here. We are in the northern part of Germany. I will fly for our trainee on the Hamburg Tower today, a little bit of VFR traffic patterns. And just thought, yeah, let's do a workshop out of that as well. I'm in Lübeck right now. I'm not online yet. I will explain some stuff about that before going online, what to check, what to do. And then we will fly from Lübeck, just doing whatever we want to do. It's VFR after all, entering the control zone, then hopefully into Hamburg, doing some patterns like touch and go, slow approach, and all that stuff. Maybe an IFR, practice approach, VFR. Let's see what the tower is capable today. Depends a little bit on the traffic amount, I guess. Ooh, what's that? Jockey, thank you. Hey ho, thanks for your 5th month of subscription. That. So yeah, that's what we are going to do, and I would like to show you a little bit of my preparation, what we are going to do and what to take into consideration before flying. I spawned now at a controlled airport, Lübeck, has a control zone, Delta, CTR, it has a tower. So if someone is online, even with top-down service, we are not allowed on this airport to just leave the control zone or just do whatever we want. In comparison to maybe just radio towers where you just communicate with other pilots, or maybe just Unicom, where you just fly on your own and try to communicate what you're going to do. But yeah, let's just fly from Lübeck to Hamburg, which are both CTRs, which is more important if you'd like to learn that you're not doing something wrong in the case of being in a controlled airspace zone. Yeah, controlled airspace zone means this is a dangerous area, I guess, because there might be other traffic you need to be aware of. And so that's why it's a controlled airspace. There's a mix of IFR and VFR traffic in that case. So let me get first. Okay, first steps first. Everything I'm trying to explain today is out of my perspective for German VFR, Northern Europe VFR, or maybe ICAO VFR. It can differ from procedures and airspaces, namely in the USA. FAA has just some special rules. I don't know them all. I'm giving you the perspective of mostly the rest of the world. So just bear in mind, if you see something which might be wrong in your sense, this might be just that you know other procedures in your local area. So this is out of the view of the Northern European VFR, but you should be able to adapt that to the whole world usually. It's a fixed set of procedures anyway, and then you adhere to the local procedures where you need to inform yourself anyway. In case of doubt, just ask the controller. Eric, question number 1. Had an encounter in Berlin Delta Space, traffic alert on GNS, and was waiting for instructions by controller. Eventually, a Cessna appeared in my landing lights, my crosswind, night VFR. Yeah, well, in that case, so this was in controlled airspace, so there wasn't tower control online. In that case, you needed traffic info in that case, yeah? So usually you should separate yourself. Yeah, and opponent was coming from a lake northeast side Delta Air Berlin. Yeah, of course you need traffic information for that. Might be that the tower didn't get contact to him, or you didn't just oversee this. Yeah. Yep, see and avoid. And if you are unsure about that and you see a target in your way, just break out. It's in that case, inform the tower that you have a target in front of you and you're breaking out now, and no traffic info about that. So that's his duty in that case. So you are not controlled in the CTR. You get traffic infos. Roger. Okay. Oh, Friese. Eric, you're the Friese 168 November. Yeah, we know that number. Heard often on frequency. So, Lübeck. VFR. VFR in Germany, for particular, you don't need a flight plan. You can just hop into your airplane, talk to the controller if you need to, and then fly. Which means the controller on the other side needs to amend the flight plan for you anyway. So please, even though you don't need a flight plan, please prepare one. It can be pretty simple. It can be just the bare minimum, but it helps the controllers to identify you a lot easier and work with your tag. It's all about the software. So that's what I'm doing now. For that, you can just use SimBrief. That's mostly the easiest way, as vPilot and Xpilot changed their way of sending a manual flight plan. You need all the traffic, your equipment codes and all that stuff. Just let SimBrief do that. As I said, it doesn't have to be a precise flight plan, as you do now as a VFR pilot, where you actually fly, as you can break out to any destination you like, but just file a flight plan with your airplane type and your start and destination, what you think you are going to fly. That helps a lot. Yep, all VFR pilots are encouraged when appropriate to submit a flight plan. In my case, I would recommend you please do that, and I just want to show you now an easy way. What's the bare minimum? What you want to do? So we are flying from Echo Delta Hotel Lima, and we want to end our flight somewhere this evening in Hamburg. That's all. Aircraft type, that's the easy part. Search for something. I don't have a Cessna 172. I have a Cessna 182. I will just change that in the dialog for Vatsim. And all the calculations doesn't need to be or don't have to do anything. Even that, just use direct, which means I'm flying from Lübeck to Hamburg. It's VFR anyway. So if I'm flying now to Kiel first, doesn't matter. Just generate the flight plan, and that's it. It's nothing special, but it helps a lot in submitting the flight plan to the new interface of Vatsim, which is a hassle, which is problematic in some ways. So just let it fill out from Simbrief. That's what I'm going to do. So my call sign is Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie. Flight rules VFR. It's a Cessna 182. And that's it. Altitude, no. Usually I'm just flying 2,000 feet to stay below the Charlie airspace. But I can fly around 130 knots as I'm in Cessna 182. So that's it. That's the most... everything you need. You're flying voice, and this is, I hope you can see that. This is another thing which will come in handy today. As a VFR, well, let's take a step back. On Vatsim, you need to fly with the real weather. That's a code of conduct point. Say if you're flying to a destination, you need the same weather as all the others, which is the real weather. This adheres mostly to IFR flights, to airliners and all that stuff, so that we as a controller can sequence you. It's not possible to sequence you if you're flying with the different wind and barodruck and baro pressure and all that stuff. That's not possible at all. VFR, on the other hand, and especially if you're not flying very fast airplane, but just something like a Cessna or so, this doesn't come in that important, because it's not always you are not always able to fly VFR if you fly with real weather. Yeah, so that's what the name means. Visual flight rules. There needs to be visual meteorological conditions so that you can fly. But as this is a hobby, of course, you want to fly in the evening, even if it's darkened outside, and if it's too strong of the wind or too bad weather, you can just change the weather. That's what I'm going to write down here. Carvoc if needed. Daytime. In that case, I have got remarks in my flight plan, which I sent to the controller if he looks into it, that I'm able to change it and that I might fly in conditions which are capable for me. For example, today gusting winds of 30 knots or something is not VFR weather for me. Even though it's Carvoc, I wouldn't be able to land, I guess. Aviation Fun, hi. So, James, moin, gut geht's. So, even though the code of conduct states you need real weather, it's, I believe, okay as a controller and as a pilot that you change for VFR, that you can change your weather. The daytime is not a problem anyway. It doesn't affect anything on the network if you fly in daytime or nighttime. So we usually, as controllers, expect you to fly at daytime even if it's nighttime. Because at nighttime you need night VFR, so you need flight following and all that stuff. So we will only do that with you if you explicitly state that you're flying night VFR. So, in that case, just change the weather. You get separated anyway to other traffic, as you are, firstly, you are slower than all the other traffic. And so this doesn't affect the winds and all that stuff. One thing to bear in mind, if I'm flying standard weather now, I've got the standard baro pressure of 1013. That's what I need to put into my instruments, because that's my local weather. But the controller might tell you another QNH. You might say 1015. Of course, you need to read back 1015, but don't use it in your sim. I hope that's clear. I remove clouds if needed, since that allowed. Yes, removing clouds is no problem. Daytime, nighttime is no problem. And using other weather is no problem as long as you have something like a slow VFR traffic like we are doing today. Yeah, if you're an airliner IFR, you need real weather. Otherwise, it's not working with separation. I don't. Kind of boring and not excessive enough for me. Eric, so in that case, you're sitting in the evening and say, okay, I cannot fly today, so I'm watching a movie? Or what are you going to do in that case? So it's for the extreme weathers, like today with 30 knots gusting, you are not allowed with the Cessna to do that. So what are you going to do? Yeah, it's mostly about like if the clouds are at 1,000 feet or something, you can't fly. What if you have mist? What if you have big thunderstorm or something? In that case, you would need to log out or what? So I think that's a better situation for your hobby to just change the weather. That in that case might be able to just simulate mostly of the weather just so that you can fly. Yeah, it's not that it's not the fact that you just turn off everything just to have it a little bit easier. No, that's not the case. But right now we have winds. Let me have a look. We have winds. Well, the gusting is away. We can check real weather now. We had gusting winds of 30 knots, but it's yeah, it might get worse. So in real life, you can change the way. Aviation fun, yes, but in that case, you will not fly. You see? You will not fly in that case. And we are flying online, and we're flying in our evening time, in our spare time, in our hobby time. So that's what my question was for you. Will you then end the simulator and go offline and watch a movie instead? Or would you like to fly in that case? So I think that's an important question to tell. Otherwise, I will tell you if you're flying in conditions which are not VFR to log out. I don't think you are happy about that. Okay, so yeah, we are doing a simulation in a simulation anyway, you know, matrix all the way. So let's file our flight plan. That's it, flight plan is filed. Yeah, fly IFR. That's not what we wanted to do. try to get a Friesenflieger to fly IFR. So now we will connect to Vatsim as I am at a normal position, and never spawn on the runway, please. Always somewhere else. And we will just connect. I've got another call sign today, Delta Echo ATC, Cessna 182, and I will just connect. I always fly, I love a challenge. In that case, aviation fun, you're doing a crime. But nevertheless. So, if you're doing it as real as it gets, you're not, in most cases, then you are not allowed to fly. So maybe I should then disallow you to fly anymore? I don't know. Revoke your Vatsim license. As if it's not VFR conditions, you're doing a crime. So I connected. The first thing, we are checking our surroundings. We will do a check if a controller is online. You know, there's an Hamburg tower online, but no Lübeck tower. But there's a Lübeck ATIS, and just checking around, is there anyone online covering this region? I want to show you a page where you can really check the airspaces and the controllers. It's pretty much important for that. Let me post that here. And here as well. Eddie, hi, Yayu. It's good to see you. So this is that glass. In that case, which is different to everything else on the maps, you have a slider. You have a slider of the altitude, which changes drastically who's covering which area. So let's do our 3,000 feet. I'm at Lübeck. There you see, now directly over Lübeck, there's a controlled airspace, which is approach, Hamburg East. Hamburg East approach, 119.510. So he's the top-down controller for Lübeck now, as it's in controlled airspace. Try to contact him then, as if it was the tower. Pretty important stuff. We usually have some people trying to depart from a controlled airspace airport without noticing anything. That doesn't make any sense. First thing first, let's check the ATIS. We have a Lübeck ATIS, information echo. VFR our VFR, even stating it. Clearance, contact Bremen radar 119.510, that's nice. Expecting ILS approach runway 07, runway in use 07. So that's what we can prepare for, that's 07. We have 111, I will try to use real weather. Let's just check it out. It's Cavoc. Lübeck information echo. That's nice. Do I even have? I don't know. Yeah, I'm using live weather anyway. Blanken Easy Radio. Nope. Don't call me tower. No. Don't call me tower. It's okay. Yeah. I guess let's just start. I know the frequency where to contact first. So next steps are usually I'm allowed to start my airplane. There are just a couple of airports in Germany where you need to contact delivery or some ground station first to get an clearance to start your engines. For VFR anyway. That's like Düsseldorf and Munich, I think. That's all. Or Frankfurt, I don't know. Usually I can do it myself because if you just start your batteries, they drain out very quickly. Aviation, hi, good evening. I'm fine, thank you. Okay, just a quick startup on that one. Do I have anything working here? Bear in mind, I'm a controller of flying. That's why I'm called the flying ADC. I'm not a pilot doing some controlling, but the other way around. If you find something I'm doing wrong, have fun with it. Oh, do I still have sound here? Yep, I did. Watch out, that's starting my avionics. Waiting for it to do the enter, and I can already tune in the frequency I need. So it's 119er, decimal 510, Hamburg East 510. While the system is aligning anyway. And the next frequency, if we fly into Hamburg, of course, it's the famous 126.855. Doc Retro, moin. So. Love that my Wissensjet has its own external power supply. Yeah. They heard it already. So, oh, I'm still at... I was flying in Canada, not with this airplane, but yeah. Inherited all the settings. So, I will fly VFR. Let's just manually check that. PDF options, units, we are in hectopascal again. It's good. And QNH was 1010. So tune that in.
Bravo, radar low identified. Climb unrestricted flight level 100. When passing altitude 3000 feet, right turn direct DNX.
Lufthansa 411, cool, nice one.
Flight level
I don't think
100,
so.
And when passing flight level 70, then direct which waypoint?
Delta Charlie Mike India Bravo, when altitude passing altitude 3000 feet, right turn to DNX.
Just starting my
Right turn to DNX,
system
Delta
now.
Bravo.
Priming the engine and just starting it. This airplane isn't that complicated, or not complicated, simulated, I would say. Real life pilots wouldn't use this airplane, I guess. So just let's try and start it. And now we've got power. That's good. Let me just get in flight plan. We've got the Delta Echo Charlie. Oh. No, that's wrong. But anyway. I don't care. That's okay. I'm just doing this in my, what's it called? Volanta. Just think. Marcos, yeah, thank you. Thanks for saying. Servus, from where did you get the Cessna 182 and how much did it cost? I don't know where I bought it. I think the marketplace or somewhere else, or Sim Market Day is usually my point where to go. It's for MS 2020 and it's just Carnado. It's some bucks, 25 bucks or something, 30 bucks.
Delta Charlie Mike India Bravo, contact Bremen radar 126, decimal 325. Bye.
Okay, so
126.325, Delta India Bravo.
initial call as in VFR is always just a call sign. Pretty important. If you're having someone with top-down service, you might say your location as well, as he might need to look where you are. So let's try to do that. Oh, and one of the most important things, you need pen and paper, or some scratch pad, or whatever you like to use, because usually you get some information from controllers. Just jot it down. It's better to. I'm too old. I cannot remember 2 or 3 things after a few seconds. So just write it down. Let me see if the push to talk is working here. Bremen Radar Moin, Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie in Lübeck.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, Bremen Radar, hello.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, Cessna 1821 person aboard for VFR flight in the Hamburg region, requesting flight information.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, active runway 07, QNH 1010.
Active runway 07 and QNH is 1010. And we are ready for taxi.
Delta Tango Charlie, Roger, taxi holding point runway 07 via Zulu 2 and Bravo.
Zulu 2 and a Bravo to holding point runway 07. And we would just like to leave the control zone via, I guess, Sierra.
Roger, expect so.
So, now I've got the aerodrome information. It's not the flight information. That was wrong for me. Aerodrome information.
Eurowings 2603, climbing 5000 feet, inbound, Delta Hotel 152.
2603, Bremen Radar, low, report altitude passing.
So we've got information 07, as stated in the ATIS.
Can you say again, please?
The QNH,
I need your altitude,
and I can now
altitude
taxi,
passing.
which is
5000 feet.
down there.
QNH, radar shows 4600 feet. Climb flight
So
level
we're
100.
at the APACing area, and he wants us to 02 and Bravo. So it's just straight ahead to the holding point
Flight level
runway
100,
07.
Eurowings 2603.
Let's go. Yes, I'm on some grass here. I need to be some more power on the engine. But, oh, and this guy has just died. I'm sorry for that. Where's my exit? There's my exit. I'm really missing a 3D view. I know Arl is using... Oh, come on here. I know Arl is using some head tracking software, which makes it possible to look over your instruments and to the left and to the right, which is pretty cool. I used such a system for Farming Simulator back in the days, but it was just a hassle for me to use that in the stream. For example, using that in with the webcam, pretty complicated.
040.
Ryanair 100 Charlie, radar contact altitude 4,400 feet, climb flight level 100.
So I'm preparing my airplane to help me fly it a little bit. So I'm setting it to 2,000 feet, which is a safe altitude in my region here. It's below all the Charlie airspaces, but
Contact Bremen Radar.
high enough for all obstacles.
25 Euro wings to 603. Danke dir, tschüss.
Ryanair 100 Charlie, turn left, direct EDECO.
Direct EDECO, Ryanair 100.
Okay, reaching the holding point of runway 07, holding in front of that. We'll do some run-up checks now. As this is an important fact in most of my streams. You see the holding line, yeah? I'm out of the runway. I'm coming from the apron. There are two lines in front of me, which means I need to stop before it. If I'm vacating the runway, if I'm coming from the dangerous area of the runway, there are dash lines, which means cross it, please. Cross the holding line, hold behind it. That's pretty important concept. Everyone, please use that. Why? If you hold in this area, it's not possible for the next clearance.
126.325.
Initial call Charlie 172. Okay. Do you even use that in Germany? I thought we just go with our call sign. Never heard that we use a type designator. But you always learn. Okay, so let's get everything working. Landing lights on. Sorry, I didn't get that. This one is on. We've got everything up. I'm not doing the run-ups of the engine with restaurant light and magneto auto. Not doing this. Let's just fly a little bit. We want to not learn how to fly the airplane. We want to learn how to communicate while flying VFR. So, Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, ready for departure.
Delta Tango Charlie, leave CTR via Sierra route, right turn approved. Wind 100 degrees, 11 knots, runway 07, cleared for takeoff.
Using control zone via Sierra route, right turn approved, and runway 07. Cleared for takeoff. Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie. So next gem of knowledge, as long as the controller is addressing you with your full call sign, you have to call back with your full call sign as well. Only the controller can abbreviate it, like Delta Tango Charlie. And if you hear Delta Tango Charlie on frequency or your call sign in shortened form, then you're allowed to use the shortened form at that controller. You switch to another controller and he's calling you again with the full call sign, which he needs to do at the first intercourse. I wanted to say no, so first contact, then you need to use the full call sign as well. Knots, just some speed up. Back into the green. It's getting some altitude. You need about 500 feet to do big turns or something like that. Shouldn't be safe then, hopefully. So, reached 500, turning right as we're leaving the controls into the south. Of course, you need to prepare your flight beforehand. In my case, I know this area. So, as I'm controlling all of that. Anyway, so we are flying to the south. We're flying now to Ratzeburg. Trying to get the checkpoints.
Hamburg Radar Malay 541, airborne 3000 feet.
And just to let me help a little bit,
1 Charlie departure route.
I will just use the autopilot
radar identified, climb your third flight
to
level
stabilize myself. So I can talk a
Climb
little bit more.
100 Malay 541.
Already reaching Sierra 2 in that case, which is the start here. Turning west of the lake. And just reporting that to the tower, or in that case the radar control. Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie Sierra 2 at 1,700 feet climbing.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, roger.
Okay. Flying west of the lake. Yeah, north is behind me. I'm flying south now. That's why the route is called Sierra. Or south, mostly. And already reaching 2,000 feet. Let me just get a little bit of a relief for the engine. I've got told in one of my other streams that mechanics wouldn't love me.
541, contact plane radar 126,
So I really overused my little Cessna.
325.
Yeah, so following my route, just have a watch here. We just started out of Lübeck. We are still under control as we just left the Delta airspace, but we are still on the VFR route. So it's Sierra 1 as an exit. I will report that, and then usually the controller can relieve us and just let us switch to Unicom in that case if we want to fly alone. But I will request flight information service so that you can see the procedure about that. Flight information service means other people know there's that flight following. It's not controlling, but they just have us as controller on their scope. They're marking us and they can give us important informations like weather, local QNH, traffic advisories, traffic informations, on all that stuff. So that's what flight information service is about. Usually there's in real life, there's a special frequency for that, Langeninfo. In Germany, they are called Langeninfo because they're all sitting in Langen. On Vatsim, we're usually doing that as top-down. Yeah, sometimes Timo is controlling that as a German FIS radio station, which is great, but usually the local controller, radar controllers are doing that top-down as well. So, if he's got the capacity to do it, I would just ask. Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie Sierra 1 2000 feet, requesting flight information.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, roger, identified squawk 7740 and QNH Hamburg 1009.
QNH 1009 in Hamburg and setting squawk 7740, Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie. So now I get a new squawk for him. That's the fifth squawk of northern Germany. So he can identify me. And then I got just some information, but I'm still free to fly. That's the most important thing about that. Never say lang info. Lang information, yeah, sorry. Lang Information. I'm sorry. Langen info would be a tower, isn't it? I've been impressed by how Vatsim controllers haven't bothered me whilst flying over and under their airspace on VFR. Yeah, if you're flying VFR and you are not in their airspace, they won't bother you. But pretty sure they will try to contact you as soon as you bust some airspace, like Delta or Charlie airspace. Or is it even Langen radio? Really? Really? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Langen information. Yeah, FIS. That's what I was talking about. Ah, okay. Radio and information. Yeah, okay. Langen info. I meant Langen information, of course. Sorry. Yep. And there are still radio tower. There are still info towers, isn't it? Or even aerodromes called information in that case. Yes, as I said, I abbreviated and just corrected myself 10 seconds behind that. Langen information, of course. Yeah, so we are out of the control zone and everyone learned something, which is great. Nevertheless, you won't see Langen information anyway on Vatsim most of the time. In that case, it's called Echo Delta X-ray Center, so you can think about that anyway. So usually the radar controllers will do that top down. Puring water, yeah, we talked about that, but because these are usually new controllers. These are usually S1 minor controllers without any mentorship. They just try to learn. So talk to them and say, hey, I'm not flying into your Delta CTR. I'm flying above that. Just help them out as other controllers help you out. That's the spirit. Chris, hi! Also nee. Yeah, Timo is doing Langen information sometimes. Okay, so now I'm searching for the highway, which is pretty much in front of me. And we will just follow the highway to Hamburg. Oop, I lost my windows. There they are. Oh, and I missed HC Nitro. Moin, moin. Yep. Timo Fiss. Is it reasonable to ask Center for pop-up IFR near a small tower airport where I'd like to make an ILS approach? It's not reasonable for a center, but maybe an approach controller. Just check if the frequency is busy. If there's not much traffic on the frequency, of course you can do that. But you don't need an IFR pickup to do an ILS approach. You know that? You can do that as VFR as well. It's called ILS practice approach VFR. So you don't need a pickup for that. But yeah. As the problem occurs of being a top-down controller, which means as a center controller, for example, in the northern journey, I need to control 16 airports, a lot of airspaces and all that stuff, which are usually not busy in that case. All 16 airports are not used at the same time, but yeah, it could be. So usually the frequency is busy as hell in the evening, for example. And if you then ask something like, I just want an IFR pickup for an ILS practice approach at, I don't know, at some local airport, which is not staffed, this might be you get an unable in that case. Maybe. Usually they will try to do everything they can, but just be reasonable. You know, it's not your demand in that case that you get some service, but yeah, be happy that there's a center controller doing top-down service anyway for other stuff. In real life, they would never care about anything doing on the ground.
81 Hotel Victor, Bremen Radar low identified. Command restricted flight level 100.
Unrestricted, flight level 100.
Simulate loudness a little bit. Yeah, I can watch that. Let me see. Need to cheat a little bit. Get my volume mix up. It might be, yeah, it's quite. Now you should hear some voices, some sound. Yeah, of course. It's unrealistic. I've got a good headset, but not that good of a headset. Okay, what am I doing? I'm flying now into Hamburg. Delta is one of the flying points. I can call that soon. And yeah, just you might be able to prepare for that. So let me see. We get the ATIS, which is your first point before flying into the CTR. I get my. Let's see that again. The easiest thing is just to double press on the ATIS. There it is. Hamburg ATIS, information whiskey. We've got expect runway 15, runway in use for landing 15 and takeoff 05. That's the shittiest config I can use. Blaming on the wind.
Contact Bremen Radar 126, this is 325.
And yeah, so we can expect 15 as our traffic circuit runways. So that's what you need to do before and just think a little bit what makes sense. Hamburg is complicated because of being crossing runway airport. So it's in that case the landing runway and then away from the other. So I don't know if he's letting me fly in the downwind or in the right downwind. I'm not sure about that. At that config it should be right downwind, but let's just see what happens. So as the flight information service controller is not controlling me, I can now leave his frequency. Just tell him you don't need to ask for that. You just state it. Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, leaving frequency for Hamburg Tower. Bye-bye.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, Roger, Squawk VFR and Airspace Delta ahead, less than 1 minute.
Oop. Thank you, Squawk VFR, and we're turning left now. Yep, see? That's why informations are pretty good. I was talking so much that I didn't watch the airspace carefully enough. And I'm not allowed to enter. Yeah, I'm pretty close to Delta. Ooh, that's already the Delta highway cross there. It was close to a violation. Good, you saw that. All for the education, you know? So you set Squawk VFR, which means setting it back to 7,000. No. 700.
Unrestricted flight level 100.
We are switching to Hamburg Tower. 126,855. And I turned myself away from Delta just at the second. I'm sorry for that. You're not allowed to enter Delta airspace. Remember that. You need clearance for that. Hamburg Tower, moin, Delta Echo, Alpha Tango Charlie.
Delta Echo, Alpha Tango Charlie, Hamburg Tower, moin.
Delta Echo, Alpha Tango Charlie, Cessna 182, one person on board requesting to enter control zone via Delta. Sorry for just being that close to your control zone. I just turned now away.
Delta Tango Charlie, no problem. QNH 1009er, runway 05 for departure, 15 for arrival, and expect runway 05 for landing.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, runway 05 and 15 in use, QNH 1009er, and we would like to request some traffic circuits in Hamburg, if possible.
Delta Tango Charlie, roger. Which runway do you prefer for the traffic pattern?
I have no preferred runway, as you wish.
Delta Tango Charlie, roger. Enter the control zone via Delta. Thereafter join right traffic circuit runway 05.
Roger that, entering control zone via Delta and joining right traffic circuit runway 05. Okay. Now is the important thing. Visualize what the controller wants to do from you. What he wants from you. So, he wants me to enter via Delta. And then enter the right downwind or right traffic circuit of runway 05. So I can fly from Delta. Now you join a traffic circuit in the downwind at a 45-degree angle at the downwind. And it's the right traffic circuit of 05. So I stay south of the field. Maybe that makes sense for you. Hopefully. Otherwise I can try to explain it again. So let's try to get to Delta, I guess. Let's try to find it again. So there's the highway. And it's at the highway cross. So let's fly to the highway and then turn left. If you are not sure about your heading, just get a little bit slower so you have more time to do anything about this. Now there it is. There's Hamburg, my 360 turn, and I will follow the highway into Hamburg and report Delta. Follow Yanks, do we have entry points like this at Delta? Usually there should be in your charts, there should be points, named points, or you get something like enter via west or westbound or whatever. Yanks? Yeah, Americans. So let's get a little bit lower. But usually yes. Or it's just north, west, east or something, or follow the river or whatever.
Giving one for Echo, wind 090 degrees on 2 knots, runway 05, clear to take off, bye-bye.
Good takeoff from 05, danke dir, sorry für die Umstände, tschüss.
Okay, let's watch out. This is the cross, highway cross, so I'm at Delta now. Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, Delta descending 1,500 feet.
Delta Tango Charlie, roger.
Now turning to Hamburg a little bit. Entering the control zone. It's turning right. I see it on my map here.
Hearing 2 Charlie Kilo, cross runway 15, taxi door.
There's the airport.
05,
and he wants me to fly into the downwind of runway, right downwind of runway 05.
Runway 05, correction 05. Via Delta 3 Golf and Delta 1, hearing 2 Charlie Kilo.
So, we just heard departing traffic is 05, so we might see some airplanes spotting here, but now I don't see any. There's one on Tika's target, but I can't see it right now. Also, what is a director? As with Vatsim UK, a director is usually in our space. It's another radar controller in the approach vicinity doing the ILS approaches. While in the UK, a director has some other things to do, I think. But here you see that this is an F approach, final approach called director. So he's a guy usually getting US an airplane. Delta Tango Charlie for touch and go at runway 05. Delta Tango Charlie, roger. So it's a relief station for the normal TMA control, approach controller. Doesn't have a known airspace, just using the final and the downwinds at a specific altitude.
And Hamburg Tower, during Social Kilo, confirm our intersection will be Delta 3.
Joining the downwind now at
Kilo,
approximately 2 miles.
Thank you.
Not sure about that, but we will try to do that. Don't fly too close to the runway. That's the most important thing. Pink inverter in the background. Use 1.5 or 2 miles away as a traffic circuit, so you have a lot more space to work with than just following the runway close to you, next to you. So I was cleared for the downwind, right downwind runway 05, which means I can fly the complete traffic circuit. One part of the traffic circuit clearance allows you to fly the complete traffic circuit. So I can turn now right into 05, but I don't have a clearance for landing or anything, but I can fly the traffic circuit. So let's do that. Speed down, get the flaps. Yep. And manual control, of course. See what happens. At least in Germany. Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning of the stream.
Charlie, after touch and go, join right traffic circuit, runway 05, wind 090 degrees, 12 knots, runway 05, cleared for touch and go.
Joining right traffic circuit, runway 05, and runway 05 had cleared for touch and go. And Delta Tango Charlie. I'm explaining everything out of the view of a North European ICAO pilot and mostly Germany. Local procedures might be different, and you, ooh, I totally overshoot. And so in that case, just inform, of course, yourself before flying at a new location. Well, that's most of the work you have to do. Just inform yourself beforehand, or just ask if you're unsure about that. I can show you one part of all this, which might give you a good base. Yeah, but this should be stated somewhere in some documents, doesn't it? So 40 knots from 1 o'clock position. You see, I really need to put myself into the wind. Wow. It's not easy. And greetings.
Motor 1, Northwest 4, Tempo stand 04 Bravo, request Alpha clear of destination Frankfurt, change formation with Gumbo.
Northwest 4, Tango Papa, stand by, call you back.
Slowing down, not trying to crash it.
Landa Bravo 05, during Social Kilo.
Okay, working out. Ooh, 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 ooh. As I said, I'm a controller, not a pilot.
Northwest 4, Tango Papa, check information X-ray, startup approved, clear to Frankfurt Aerodrome, ID course 7 Charlie departure.
Trying to get up again.
Side blend route, climb fast at 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
Clear destination Frankfurt, ID course Bravo departure, climb via set 5,000 feet, squawk 1040.
Trimming it again.
Negative ID course 7 Charlie departure out of runway 05.
I really have to work it. Wow. Even 14 knots, 12 knots. Is really doing some work for me. So as I didn't get any information about leaving the runway heading, just go. Yeah, so I should break out or something. I will fly up to the end of the runway and then join the traffic circuit.
Giving 2 Charlie Kilo, VFR traffic, light type aircraft, crosswind runway 0, right crosswind runway 05, wind 090 degrees, 10 knots.
Let's try to get away from that.
Takeoff, bye-bye.
Runway 05, clear for takeoff, during Social Kilo. Vielen Dank für den Service, bis zum nächsten Mal, tschüss.
Und Delta Tango Charlie, IFR traffic departing out runway 05.
Delta Tango Charlie. Not that easy to hand fly, I guess. But we are now away from the departures. Didn't get any trouble with that. We need to get a little bit higher. Just give them some space.
Lufthansa 6 Whiskey, line up runway 05.
Line up 05.
Wondering why I'm that slow. Let me see. Okay. Turning now into... Oh, there's a pretty easy thing to do if you like a heading. So you get to work with it a little bit easier. Let me try get the runway heading. Runway heading is 05. So I'm setting that.
Lufthansa 6 Whiskey, wind 090.
This makes me totally easy for me to fly the back course.
05, cleared for takeoff, bye-bye.
Runway 05, cleared for takeoff. Thank you, danke für Service, ciao.
Okay, next takeoff. There it is.
And Delta Tango Charlie, report further intentions.
Delta Tango Charlie, just about to call you. Right downwind runway 05 for low approach.
Delta Tango Charlie, roger. IFR traffic departing out of runway 05, so extend downwind, right downwind runway 05.
Extending right downwind runway 05. Do you call me for base? So he wants me to fly on the downwind, as he needs some spacing. As you know, the departing traffic produces wake turbulence, so I need 5 miles to it. Delta Tango Charlie, please confirm, are you calling me for base or should I do that on my own?
Delta Tango Charlie, turn now base, right base, runway 05.
Turning right base 05 now, thank you. Delta Tango Charlie. So you got me a little bit out of space, and now I'm turning back in
Berlin 4 Lima Tango, stand by, calling back.
to the final. I was fast as hell, yeah. Lost visual was my preference picture. Wow. So, runway inside, negative. Where's my runway? Did I overshoot again? There's runway 15. Yes, I totally overshoot again. I don't know why. Why am I overshooting all that? Mostly because I'm chatting and with you and thinking about everything what I can talk about with you. Trying to trim the airplane. Wow, I'm really bad. Please don't judge me.
Low approach turn. Join right traffic circuit runway 05. Wind 090 degrees, 10 knots. Low approach. Runway 05 clear to low approach. Early turn approved. Keep clear of runway 15.
Delta Tango Charlie, roger. Join right traffic circuit runway 05. And, yeah. Runway 05 cleared for low approach, staying clear of runway 15, early breakout approved. So now he changed his mind.
Very good evening. KLM 1758, information whiskey stand 06 with EDC clearance.
He wants me to break out into the right traffic circuit before I reach the crossing runway.
Good afternoon.
Which means he's possible to use 15 in that case.
Startup and pushback approved. Face south to
So I'm not overflying that area. But now let's get down. Yeah, 500 feet. That's okay. That's a low approach.
Pushback approved. South and
Don't get...
orange, KLM 1758.
Ooh, evacuation alarm? That's not good.
You're pushing on the blue line?
Correction, Zulu.
Well, you don't get too low at a low approach. We are not fighter jets. Usually it's at 500 feet above the runway. I'm now even too low.
Affirm, ready to copy.
Need to get some more speed anyway.
Berlin 4 Lima Tango. Information X-ray.
So let's try to get up again.
Approved. Clear to Munich Aerodrome. Amloop on Charlie departure. Flight and route.
This is
and
quite...
5,000 feet. Score per 1,000.
This is different. This is difficult.
Tango clear to Munich as 5 via the Amloop on Charlie departure route. Initial climb 5,000 feet and this walk.
I'm feeling my left arm.
Lima Tango, replay correct. Departure frequency passing 2,000
Evening,
feet.
hi, Yannick.
Radar 119er, decimal 510.
When passing
Oop,
2,000
oop,
feet,
oop.
Bremen radar
Oop,
119er,
oop, that's-
decimal 510, Air Berlin, Lima Tango.
It's quite too late. It's actually 115. Oh, I'm not flying the best today. I'm sorry for that. I'm really more concentrated. 50% of my concentration is actually at the chat, so please bear that in mind. Do as I say, don't do as I do. That's what I always say as a mentor. So, getting up again. Yeah, pouring water, that's not allowed. That's totally not allowed. 500 feet is the low approach. Below that, it's a security risk and not the procedure to do. So yeah, let's try to do another touch and go, I guess. I'm trying to get some space. I might be even too close for that. Delta Tango Charlie, right downwind runway 05 for touch and go.
Delta Tango Charlie, after touch and go. Join right traffic circuit, runway 05. Wind 090 degrees, 10 knots, runway 05. Clear for touch and go.
Joining right traffic circuit runway 05 and runway 05 cleared for touch and go. Delta Tango Charlie. Yeah. Everyone is doing it at 1 to 300 really, but not in real life, Yannick, isn't it? It's really a security problem in that case. At 100 feet, you just need a little wind shear and yeah, you die.
Delta Foxtrot Kilo Lima Uniform Hamburg Turm.
Die
Let's
Delta
try
Foxtrot
to
Kilo Lima Uniform.
get the one-way inside.
21, circa 5 Minuten östlich von Delta. Bitte Einflug.
Where are
Delta,
you?
entlang der Elbe, Ausflug Whisky.
There it is. Now I turn correctly. Ooh. Oh. If you're a passenger in my airplane,
Lima Uniform.
hopefully you have some puke.
QNH 1009.
Puke. How are they called? You know, where you can puke in.
1,5 zur Landung. Fliegen Sie in die Kontrollzone über Delta.
QNH 1009 aktiv, Piste zum Landen 05, Korrektur zum Starten 05, zum Landen 15.
Most of the time? Yeah, okay.
Über Delta, die Delta Lima Uniform.
But just let me explain that in that case, so that not everyone is doing it at 50 feet, isn't it? If you're below a little bit of that, no one will care.
Hamburg
But
Tower.
I just wanted to say a little bit. So now, descending from above the glide slope to be out of the wake turbulence. Ha ha ha.
9 Romeo Foxtrot, Hamburg Tower, good.
But yeah, trying to do
evening,
touch and
number
go.
2. VFR traffic, light type aircraft, performing touch and go on runway 05. Copy.
This time he didn't say I should avoid runway 15. Oh, it's not that easy with the wind. I'm not good at crosswinds. Let's get down, turn left. Was not in time. But we survived. Knots, get up again. Hi, defect chart. Hi. Okay, so we will join the right downwind of runway 05 again, and for the next one I will ask if I can do touch and go in Finkenwerder, just to get some coordination happening.
Lufthansa 9 Romeo Foxtrot, wind 090 degrees, 10 knots, runway 15, clear to land.
Runway 15, clear to land, Lufthansa 9 Romeo Foxtrot.
Ooh, in that case I will turn now, because if he's going to do it...
Und Delta Lima Uniform.
if he's going to do a go-around, he would get me.
Whisky 1, entlang der Elbe.
Nach Delta entlang der Elbe zu Whisky 1, Delta Lima Uniform.
Okay, so...
Tango Charlie, join right downwind runway 15 and expect traffic circuits on runway 15.
Delta Tango Charlie request, we would like to fly to Finkenwerder for touch and go. Is this possible?
Delta Tango Charlie, stand by.
So right downwind 15 would be the same turn.
KLM 1758.
KLM 1758, taxi via Zulu 1, blue line and Bravo 3, hold short of runway 15.
Taxi via Zulu 1, blue line, Bravo 3, to holding point runway 05, KLM 1758.
Delta Tango Charlie, fly directly to Whiskey 2.
Delta Tango Charlie flying to Whiskey 2, roger. Okay, Whiskey 2 is on my right side.
Uniform, Delta 2000 Fuß.
It's behind the runway. See, there's the runway.
Delta Tango Charlie, fly straight ahead.
Delta Tango Charlie, please say again.
Delta Tango Charlie, fly straight ahead, direction Elbe. And Delta Tango Charlie, VFR traffic, light type aircraft, flying entlang der...
Delta Tango Charlie, say again, there's some traffic at the Elbe and I should now turn directly to the Elbe?
Delta Tango Charlie, affirmative, fly directly to the Elbe and yes, VFR traffic flying above the Elbe 2000 feet.
Yeah, where's the traffic situated? Please, so I don't see anything in front of me.
Delta Tango Charlie, VFR traffic now on your 9 o'clock position.
Delta Tango Charlie, thank you.
Delta Lima Uniform, VFR traffic, Cessna 18.
Okay. Right now I don't have any information what to do because that's the control zone of Finkenwerder up there. Hopefully I get some information soon what I should do then.
Verstanden, halte Ausschauverkehr nicht in Sicht. Delta Lima Uniform.
Yeah, that's on my TCAS.
Delta Lima Uniform, melden Sie Verkehr in Sicht.
Verstanden, Delta Lima Uniform.
We were flying along the Elbe here. Delta Tango Charlie reaching the Elbe.
Delta Tango Charlie, orbit right.
Orbiting right. Delta Tango Charlie.
Und Delta Tango Charlie, melden Sie Verkehr, report traffic inside.
Delta Tango Charlie, no traffic in front of me. I'm not sure what he's going to do. It looks like he's controlling me. But yeah, that's why we are doing that.
KLM 178, KLM 1758, you just crossed the runway and without clearance.
That's not
Taxi
good.
now to holding point runway 05, intersection Delta 3 via Golf and Delta 1.
But you continue the taxi to holding point 05 by Golf and Delta 1.
Oh, my arm.
I thought you cleared me for the holding point runway 05.
Lufthansa 9 Romeo Foxtrot, cross runway 05, taxi to stand 05 Bravo via Zulu 1 blue line.
Cross runway 05, stand 05 Bravo, Zulu 1 Blue Line, Lufthansa 9 Romeo Foxtrot.
Delta Tango Charlie, still no traffic in sight. What's the current position?
Delta Tango Charlie, traffic now on your 3 o'clock position.
Not in sight. I'm orbiting. In that case, my 3 o'clock position changes every second. Huh? Do you know the ATC? Yes, I know him. It's a trainee of me. That's why we are doing this today. This is one of my Hamburg trainees. And we're just flying VFR for him to get better at that.
Not 54 Tango Papa.
So nothing to worry about. I will just try to help him. Yeah, so we are orbiting. I wanted to do a touch and go in Finkenwerder, which needs to be coordinated with the approach. Usually orbiting right in front of the runway seems a bit odd, but yeah, there's no traffic, I guess.
Tower, Osprey 173, 3 mile, final stop with ILS 15.
So hopefully I just get an information then what to do. This is my beloved topic for VFR ATC instructions, yeah. Effect start, that's it. Orbiting right and then on your 3 o'clock position means nothing, I guess. No, I'm not going to divert. I want him to handle that.
Delta Lima Uniform, Whiskey 1, 2000 Fuß.
Delta Lima Uniform, verlassene Frequenz genehmigt. Guten Flug.
Verlassene Frequenz genehmigt, ciao.
And Delta Tango Charlie, join downwind runway, right downwind runway 05 at Finkenwerder.
Joining right downwind runway 05 on Finkenwerder, so now flying to the south of the field. Okay. Now I got information what to do. I guess the approach gave him the instruction and related it. So Finkenwerder, there it is.
Line up runway 05, Kilometer 758.
And Delta Tango Charlie, contact Bremen Radar 119 decimal 510.
Yeah, feel free defect start if you got any time. Hans is not at the solo phase right now, so it's a training today, and that's why I'm flying today. So he gets more experience to get his solo. Delta Tango Charlie, please say again. Sorry, missed your communication.
Delta Tango Charlie, contact Bremen Radar 119 decimal 510.
119 decimal 510, roger. Yeah, I was talking to you, of course. Bremen Radar Moin, Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie joining right downwind runway 05 for touch and go.
First Leipzig F4 Lima Alpha speed 170 knots until 5 miles final.
Oh, I listened to the frequency for 2 seconds and there was nothing.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, Bremen Radar Low, confirm multiple touch and goes?
We would just like to do one touch and go and then join traffic circuits in Hamburg again.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, roger, stand by short.
Still need to fly to the south of the field. This is the beautiful Hamburg harbor. That's Finkenwerder, turning now into the downwind.
Hamburg, good evening, Easy 93 Echo Juliet, flight 190, flight 110.
Easy 93 Echo Juliet, Bremen Radar identified, decent flight over 100, information X-ray.
Decent flight 100, we'll get information X-ray, Easy 93 Echo Juliet.
There it is.
Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie after low approach runway 05 Finkenwerder, join final runway 05 at Hamburg Fuhlsbüttel. Wind is 0 degrees, 8 knots, runway 05 Finkenwerder, clear for touch and go.
After low approach? Delta Tango Charlie, roger. After the touch and go in Finkenwerder, joining final runway 05 in Fuhlsbüttel and runway 05 Finkenwerder, cleared for touch and go. Thank you, Delta Tango Charlie.
You're welcome.
You see? It's just about communication. Huh? I now know what to do. can do a touch and go here, and I've got the clearance to just fly straight ahead a little bit on my 11 o'clock position to the final
Abwehr Lima Alpha, contact Hamburg Tower, 126,
Finkenwerder.
First heading 010 to descend below the Charlie.
First Leipzig for Lima Alpha, contact Tower, 126, 855, bye-bye.
126, 855, Leipzig.
You also spent your voice for Beyond ADC. I'm right now flying with it, and for Bristol Radar, the in-real-life Vatsim controller seems to have spent his voice. I don't know, no.
Papa fly heading 010.
Heading 010, Delta Charlie Papa.
Didn't spend any voice for that. But sometimes people call me a radio
Delta
voice.
Charlie Papa, you left Charlie Airspace.
Delta Charlie Papa, Roger, request frequency change.
Delta Charlie Papa, first of all, confirm you want to cancel now?
Yes, we're cancelling now, Delta Charlie Papa.
Delta Charlie Papa, IFK is cancel time 50 stroke VFR.
Still searching in the airport?
Delta Charlie Papa.
At the moment, stay on frequency.
Roger, we stay in the frequency, Delta Charlie Papa.
There it is. The area, there's the runway.
And Delta Charlie Papa approved to leave. Vorbei, gute Landung.
Tschüss, Delta Charlie Papa.
Again overshooted.
Lima Radar, very good evening, Element 758, passing 2400 visa for Charlie.
It's way easier to control an airplane than to control an airplane, if you know what I mean.
Climb to unrestricted flight level 100, Element 758.
I feel you. Okay. And yeah, of course, yeah, the problem is the wind. I didn't calculate that. If you're turning to the right, of course, you get pushed away with 20 knots. I totally forgot about that. See? I'm not prepared for that.
Heading 080, distance to go 40 miles.
Fly heading 080, easy not to to that.
Oh, but it's fun to fly. It's still a lot of fun. And come on, guys, isn't it like flying VFR, what you see now, it's a lot more action, a lot more to do than just doing an IFR flight from A to B. Yeah, you know, flying from Frankfurt to Boston or something. Yeah, you do 9 hours, nothingness. Still, just IFR flights. It's IFR flights. It's just from A to B and that's it. Get up, get down, stay on the rails, land, park, get your drinks. Be a great pilot. That was a good touchdown. You got the beep, which means you're at stall speed, which is the right way to land, I learned. So yeah, VFR, if you need some action,
Left turning direct Ilde.
you're always on the run here. If you're flying VFR, you have to do all the stuff all the time. So trimming it out again. Trying to get up. Some
Hamburg Moin, here, ring 4 Papa Whiskey, descent flight level 110, inbound Delta Hotel 412 with information X-ray.
Wings 4 Papa Whiskey, Bremen Radar, identified.
Getting the heading again.
Flight level 100.
Just let
flight
me
level 100 here, wings 4 Papa Whiskey.
some help again.
1758, contact Bremen Radar 126, decimal 325, bye-bye.
126, 325, choose, Element 758.
So, looking out for Hamburg. I can't see it right now, but it should be on my left side, so I will turn a little bit to my 11 o'clock position, get into the final 1105. There it is. There it is. There's runway 05.
Descent unrestricted flight level 70.
As runway 15 is for landing today, that's why the information of the airport are so important. I know that there's no landing traffic at 05. So 126, that's my 855 Hamburg Tower, thank you, bye bye. So as I know there's no traffic behind me now, it's a lot of safer for me. But that's why, because I know the aerodrome informations of 15 landing for regular traffic.
05
and Delta 3, inspection whenever.
Hamburg Tower, hello again, Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, joining final runway 05 for touch and go. No, this time I won't.
Delta Charlie, Hamburg Tower, moin. 4 Tango Papa, cross runway 15, taxi to holding point runway 05, intersection Delta 3 via Golf and Delta 1.
1.05, Delta 3 intersection via Golf Delta, and cross run to take off by 4 to.
Not 4 Tango Papa, confirm.
Wow, the wind is pushing me
Golf,
quite heavy.
Delta 1, intersection Delta 3, 4,
Look at that. Yeah, it's just pushing me out. I aligned to the runway and not thinking about the 27 knots. 27 knots. This is not easy.
And Delta Tango Charlie, report further intentions.
Delta Tango Charlie, touch and go, and then joining the traffic circuit.
Delta Tango Charlie, after touch and go, join right traffic circuit, runway 05, wind 090 degrees, 10 knots, runway 05, cleared for touch and go.
Joining right traffic circuit, runway 05, and runway 05, cleared for touch and go, Delta Tango Charlie. Yeah. That's what I learned today. Using the wind and calculating the wind in the way I need to fly here. That's pretty heavy. Didn't expect that.
Tower, information extra is correct, standby.
Notlandübung. I will try to do
taxi to holding point runway
let's see.
05,
I will try
Delta
to
3
do
via Golf and Delta 1.
way too high. Wait.
Cross runway 15, taxi via Golf, Delta 1, intersection Delta.
How's it even called
3, runway 05,
in English?
Berlin, Tango.
I'm not sure about that.
Leipzig Air 4 Lima Alpha, taxi to stand 44 via Zulu 5 and Zulu 8.
Ziellandübung. Target landing? Is it called target landing? Yeah, or try to slip. I'm not able to slip. Sorry, I'm not that good at that. But yeah, I'm slowing down already, so no worries.
New wings 1 Bravo Alpha, push back approved, face south to the 1 orange line.
Facing south to the 1 orange line, new wings 1 Bravo Alpha.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay. That was a harsh landing.
Hamburg Turm, Delta Foxtrot, Kilo Lima Uniform.
But we're still alive.
Delta Foxtrot, Kilo Lima Uniform, Hamburg Turm.
Delta Foxtrot, Lima Uniform, PC 21, circa 3 Minuten nördlich von November 1. Bitte Einflug in die Kontrollzone über November.
Yeah, no autopilot, dude.
1,5 und aus.
Flying on my own now. Barely able to control the aircraft. Huh?
Delta Lima Uniform, verstanden. QNH 1009.
Ja.
Piste 05 zum Start, 15 zur Landung. Fliegen Sie in die Kontrollzone über November.
QNH 1009.
So any one of you. Ziellandübung. How is it called in English? Target landing? Spot landing? Target spot landing? I'm not sure.
North 4 Tango Papa ready.
North 4 Tango Papa, line up runway 05.
Line up 05 4 Tango Papa.
Not 7-1 big passenger taxi available for Delta 4 intersection for departure.
North 511 taxi via Zulu 1 Blue Line and Bravo 3, hold short of runway 15.
Taxi via Zulu 1 Blue Line and Bravo 3, hold short 33, 15 North 511.
What's happening with my trimming?
Hamburg Tower, die Lufthansa 70 Delta, schönen guten Abend.
Now I got it down.
1A with information X-ray QNH is 1009er.
Thank you, Vazi. Hi. Have a great evening as well. Thank you.
First, Lufthansa 4 Tango Papa. VFR
Still not trimmed out.
Crosswind, right crosswind runway 05, wind 090 degrees, 10 knots.
Now I got it. Wow. Didn't got it under control. Now I can fly with the trim.
Hamburg Tower, good evening, 093 Juliet, ILS runway 15.
Easy 93 Echo Juliet, Hamburg Tower, good evening.
Yep, I know.
Number 3.
But I cannot do it on my own if I don't get clearance for that. So it's 2,000 feet RGL, so above the airfield. Then it's just 500 feet to the right, to the right, to the right, or to the left. Whatever I get cleared. Spot landing, yeah.
Confirm you don't have a PDC clearance already?
Let's do by voice.
But yeah, maybe we will do that at another situation.
Copy.
Trapper 1, Bravo 3.
Delta Charlie, orbit left beam, threshold runway 05.
Orbiting left above on south of threshold runway 05 and requesting low approach.
Delta Tango Charlie, roger.
Viewings from Bravo Alpha, request taxi.
Ooh, what happened here?
Viewings from Bravo Alpha, standby.
Trapper 1, Bravo 3.
Okay. I cannot use the autopilot anymore. It's trimming me up all the way. Might be a bug from the airplane. Now, trimming it all the way back. Wow.
Like to be counted at the
Yeah. Not using that anymore.
Roger.
We'll try it.
We'll call you back shortly.
So doing a 5 degrees turn. It's roughly 2 minutes for a turn. Usually I'm way faster and other pilots even more. But let's see. Just let the others know, to be honest. I expect you to know that since you were my mentor. What are you referring to now? I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't get run. I will fly now. Back to the threshold. It's there and then try to orbit again.
Not 511, hold position, break, easy 93, Echo Juliet, wind 090 degrees, 10 knots, runway 15, clear to land.
Clear land, runway 15, easy 93, Echo Juliet.
Trying to get back to the threshold. So there's a landing airplane on 15. Somewhere here. Oh, I think no. That's just stirred on my monitor. Classic. Julian, hi. Thanks for your Prime sub. Welcome back. Yeah. So what can we do? I don't know. Let me see.
Delta Lima Uniform, November 1, 2000 Fuß.
We could request an ILS approach, practice approach, VFR. Maybe it's able to do that.
Delta Lima Uniform.
Out of 2,000 feet.
Traffic, hearings A320 on your 11 o'clock position.
So let's try to get a normal circle again.
Delta Lima Uniform verstanden, Verkehr nicht in Sicht.
Uniform fliegen Sie in den Gegenanflug Piste 15.
Gegenanflug Piste 15, Delta Lima Uniform.
Hamburg Tower, moin, your wings for Papa Whiskey ILS, runway 15.
Yeah, so we got some traffic.
For Papa Whiskey, Hamburg Tower, number 2.
Delta Tango Charlie request.
Delta Tango Charlie, go ahead.
How long is the expected waiting time now?
Delta Tango Charlie, join right downwind runway 15.
Joining right downwind runway 05, roger.
Delta Tango Charlie negative, join right downwind runway 15.
Okay, joining right downwind runway 15. Crossing of runway 05 approved?
Charlie, affirmative. Crossing approved.
Yeah. So I should join now right downwind of runway 15, which is the other runway. And yeah, I cannot just overfly it.
Berlin 4 Lima Tango, wind
Just
070
ask for
degrees, 9 knots, runway 05, cleared for the immediate takeoff. Bye-bye.
For immediate takeoff, Berlin 4 Lima Tango. Vielen Dank. Ciao.
Nordfreiburg, body for course.
Northwest 11, cross runway 05.
There's
taxi
someone.
holding
Air Berlin is now
runway
taking off.
05, intersection
Yeah,
Delta 4.
got it in sight. But I didn't get any traffic information about that. But yeah, I heard it. So I will turn now. So I stay behind it. It looks pretty cool, huh? Doesn't it?
Uniform, confirm you're joining the downwind run. Delta Lima Uniform, bestätigen Sie, Sie fliegen in den Gegenanflug Piste 15.
Ah ja, ich merke es gerade, ja, joine den Gegenanflug Piste 1,5 ist die Überflugpiste.
No, that's not the downwind.
Genehmigt.
Nein.
Delta Lima Uniform negativ, machen Sie eine Linkskurve.
Linkskurve, Delta Lima Uniform.
That's not the downwind. He was flying at the other side to runway 33 and now he just crossed it. Ay, 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 ay.
Hearing 4 Papa Whiskey, wind 070 degrees, 9 knots, runway 15 clear to land, and VFR traffic, light type aircraft above runway 15.
Okay. What about me?
Runway 15 clear to land, the rings 4 Papa Whiskey, VFR traffic inside.
And Delta Lima Uniform, IFR traffic, hearing A320, short final, runway 15.
Ja.
Delta Lima Uniform, Verkehrsinformation.
Ich habe keine Info. I don't have any info about him.
Endanflugpiste.
And I should turn in now. Should I do that?
Delta Lima Uniform, verstanden, Verkehr nicht in Sicht.
I will turn now, because I was cleared for the right downwind runway 15.
Nordfreiburg, body, out there for.
Northwest 11, line up runway 05.
9 up, 05, Nordfreiburg.
Delta Tango Charlie, fliegen Sie in den Endanflugpiste. Delta Tango Charlie, join final runway 15.
Already joining final runway 15, Delta Tango Charlie.
Moving Sunbow Alpha.
Wake turbulence.
Yeah. Hearing 1 Bravo Alpha, taxi by Zulu on Ornstein and Bravo 3, hold short of runway 15.
Zulu on Ornstein, Bravo 13, holding short of runway 15.
I didn't get any information about the landing aircraft, but I saw that.
Zulu on Ornstein and Bravo 3.
So, yeah, let's see.
Zulu on Ornstein and Bravo 3, wings Sunbow Alpha.
Delta Lima Uniform mit bitte Anweisung.
Zuerst Delta Tango Charlie nach dem Tiefanflug Piste. Correction. Delta
Yep,
Tango
no
Charlie
factors.
after low approach runway 15, join right traffic circuit runway 15, wind 070 degrees, 9 knots. 705 cleared for low approach.
Cleared for low approach runway 05 and joining right downwind runway 05. Delta Tango Charlie.
Crossing runway 05 is approved.
Delta Tango Charlie. Okay, now I've got 200 feet. Is this okay? Wake turbulence in MSFS? Not really, but in Explain 12. And even reasonable, and you really need to look out for that in Explain 12, which is pretty great.
And Delta Lima Uniform, kreisen Sie rechts, erwarten Sie 5 bis 10 Minuten.
Wow, that's a lot.
Delta Lima Uniform, Kreise rechts, verstanden.
Why that?
Tower, schönen guten Abend, Lufthansa 1306, Information Yankee is on board, Rikas Cleans to Düsseldorf.
Yep, I know, defect start, we talked about that. It's 500 feet, huh?
Hamburg Tower 9, information
Usually it's 500 feet.
Number 3 for clearance.
For our civil VFR launch. In your case, it's like 50 feet. How do you know if you were cleared for the final?
North 511, wind 070 degrees.
As soon as you get cleared for one part of the traffic circuit, the complete traffic circuit is cleared. So if you say join right downwind runway 15, it means you can fly up to the final.
Lufthansa 4 Alpha Whiskey, Hamburg Tower number 2. Easy -3 Echo Juliet cross.
Getting some height.
Lufthansa 70 Delta. Startup approved, clear to Stuttgart Aerodrome.
Just change your QNH, what do you mean?
Flatland route, clamper is at 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
But yeah, so that's, well, the case in Germany for sure, not sure in other countries. As soon as you get cleared for one part of the traffic circuit, you get cleared for the complete traffic circuit. So until the final. You're not cleared to land or anything, but you're cleared for the complete traffic circuit. So you need traffic information if you should not join it. If I don't know about that, I will fly into my base and might oversee any airplanes. That's the dangerous point at that.
134.255 Lufthansa 70 Delta after departure.
Der Effektstart.
Hamburg Hürchen, ich grüße Sie einmal recht herzlich.
If you get cleared for one part of the traffic circuit, you are cleared for the complete traffic circuit.
First Lufthansa 4 Alpha Whiskey, wind.
That's what all our manuals state.
15, clear to land.
15, clear to land, Lufthansa 4 Alpha Whiskey.
Easy 903 Echo Juliet, cross runway 05, taxi to stand 06 Bravo, via Zulu 1 Blue Line.
Headway turbulence 3 miles. Oh, yeah, might. Okay, so airplane inside. Let's get, yeah.
Hamburg Tower, hello again.
Yeah, please do. Because I'm not doing that on my own here.
Delta Charlie, orbit left, west of threshold, runway 15.
Orbiting left on threshold, runway 15. Actually, Delta Tango Charlie would like to leave the control somewhere at Charlie.
Delta Tango Charlie, leave control zone via Charlie.
Delta Tango Charlie leaving control zone via Charlie, thank you. Yeah, so he's got a lot of inbounds now, and another VFR he needs to work with, so we can fly out. I think it's pretty good exercise for all of you, what to do and what not to do. I think this was working out.
Taxi to stand 03 Alpha via Zulu 1 Blue Line.
We cross runway 05 and then taxi to gate 0.
So we are just flying now to Charlie, which is Pinneberg in Hamburg. Trying to leave the control zone. And then we can land in Uetersen. Yeah, as soon as you get an extend downwind or something, that means you cannot turn in the final anymore. So wait for base or something is implicit. Trying to find the visual reference point. Falling now the control zone to Charlie. Not that easy. I think it's right here. It's the business area and industrial area of Pinneberg. So it's something like here. There should be a radio tower or something, but I don't think it's in the scenery.
Flatland route, clamper is at 5,000 feet, score 1,000.
But yeah, reaching it now. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. That's Charlie. Delta Tango Charlie reaching Charlie at 1,100 feet.
Delta Tango Charlie, leaving frequency is approved. Bye-bye.
Leaving the frequency, thank you for your service. Bye-bye, Delta Tango Charlie. So now...
Tower, Lufthansa 9 Romeo Foxtrot, stand 05 Bravo, request push and start with PTC.
Let me just have a look at the at the map. There's no one directly controlling the airport of Uetersen. In that case, it's Unicom.
Easy 903 Echo Juliet, pushback approved, face south.
122. Decimal 8. Now we will just try to get to Uetersen, which is on my left side here. It's on the screen here. So we will just fly up there. And yeah, watching the charts, the traffic circuit is south of the field. Ooh. So I need to fly behind the airport. Maybe I can just join the bigger final in that case. Yeah, so look at the VFR charts in that case. Uetersen, you need to fly in from this angle or this angle into the traffic circuit. And we have 09er in that case. So it would be, yeah. Maybe I can just fly around and then into the final. Ooh. And don't crash. Look outside, yeah. Don't look into your map all the time. That's like driving a car. Don't look on your handy. So, where's the field? Let me see. Can't see it yet. Should be down there. I think that's it. We can overfly that. Let's just overfly it at 1,500 or something. Uetersen traffic, Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie, overflying the field at 1,500 feet from north to south to join the traffic circuit for landing. So now I gave just call onto Unicom to state my intentions. So if there's someone on Unicom close in this area, he knows I was addressing Uetersen, which is down there somewhere. There it is. Just ahead of me. Not sure if I'm allowed to do that, but yeah. I stated my intention, I'm alone, and I will hopefully fly in a secured altitude above the airfield and we'll just join it there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you would not cross the airfield due to glider activity north of the field. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm totally with you. This was a quick decision from me, and as usual in life, quick decisions usually are not secured. Sorry for being impulsive. So yeah, there's the field. At least we got a nice aerial shot, didn't we? So hopefully you bear with me. Special procedures for aerial photos. Huh? Uetersen traffic joining right downwind runway 09er for landing. Yeah, pouring water. In that case, you are totally responsible for the shit you do. In the other case, you at least have a controller watching over you doing your shit. So I can totally understand you. Yeah, of course. As I said, I'm a controller, not a pilot. I'm a flying ATC. Not a controlling pilot. That's why I learn every day, and usually doing some questionable stuff while streaming. So now I have a no-fly area. I'm flying over Holm. Same thing. Don't do that. Don't fly over the town if it's stated as not overflying area. Uetersen traffic, Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie joining final runway 09 for landing. So, where's the field? Oh, come on, eh. This is pretty. There's the field. What means anstrengend auf English? Exhausting. The wind, the wiggling of the airplane, my left arm. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm a right arm guy. So, there's the field. No pouring water. At a controlled field, you are still separating yourself as in VFR. That's the most important thing about VFR. They're separating themselves. Schwelle nicht. In real life, we do not overload the frequency with all the annoying infos. Yeah. But yeah, but on Unicom, I mean, at an uncontrolled airfield, I need to report every leg, don't I? In a controlled scenario, not. You're not reporting base and all that stuff. Just in traffic Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie Short Final Runway 9 for landing. I'm not sure if is this the runway? No, it isn't. Isn't it on the right side? Where are my landing markers? I'm not at the runway, don't I? Yeah, I thought that. Oh, yep. Just in traffic going route because I missed the runway. I thought that. That's the runway here. That's the runway. Yep, next try. And you know it. You know what? You know the sound.
You can always go around.
Hey, which is in traffic Delta Echo Alpha Tango Charlie joining right traffic circa transition 9 for again landing. I wonder what happens if you do use English at an airfield like Uetersen, where most people speak just German, no? I don't know. And on the ground, everyone clapping, cheering for the new guy. No, not only on the ground, but even everyone watching me here. I'm not flying alone. That's a problem with that. I have no clue how many are watching. I'm not sure. Maybe you can see that. I can see that. But I guess I'm not alone. But that's it. It's fun. I really like to do that. And it's just entertainment anyway, you know? Flying IFR, I cannot entertain you. I cannot entertain you with my flying. This is just pure comedy, isn't it? Let me see. So, where's... Okay, there's Uetersen trying to do landing again. And there's no one reported being here. I will just fly into the final and report that now. I'm still on flaps, being slow, so it's... Uetersen is using a mix of German and English? Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. Thinking about the 60 plus persons there chatting in German, not knowing a single word of English, huh? Do you think it's okay to make Unicom calls in German after it's more realistic? Yeah, there are different opinions about that. Let me just land and get my grip on that. Of course you can use German while doing your info calls, but on Unicom it probably shouldn't be. You know, because Unicom is not like calling the station there, but also informing other traffic on Unicom, which are most likely cannot understand German. So that's a special thing on Vatsim, I think. In real life, it's just German and that's it. Or English, whatever you do, or French if you're flying in France. Yeah, but I think Unicom is a different beast because you're informing everyone around you so they can situate you, because we don't have, even the IFR don't have any controllers. That's the problem with that. It's more likely the controllers in that case, the missing controllers in that case, so that IFR traffic should know about you. if they hear some German gibberish of something like final, and then it's even the same runway or something at their airport, and they mislead Uetersen for Hamburg, for example, they might get into distress and think about, ooh, that's now a problem because I didn't understand that. I mean, this even happens in real life. Oh. Look at the incidents in South America about Spanish and English. So, for me, I think Unicom would be better to use English, even though if you're a German VFR. Because it's not about the airport in that case, but because of informing other Unicom pilots in that area. But yeah. Otherwise, if Uetersen radio would be online here, in that case, you are only on that frequency if you're flying in this area for this airport. In that case, I would just use German if I'm flying German VFR. Ooh, best landing today. Better landing on grass than in Hamburg. Lucky me. Okay, where's the exit? Wasn't it like here in the middle of... Can I exit at any point? I'm not sure about that. But it looks like just we will leave the grass strip here and park directly in front at the expensive spots. So up for a coffee and some cake. Visiting Aal in Uetersen. Well, he's flying in real life here, so he knows about that. And this was a fun ride, wasn't it? It was pretty cool. Yeah, so we reached it. Question and answers. Oh, my arm. Ow. I would definitely, if I'm doing that again, I would definitely get my joke. I don't, do you see that? This one. That's a lot more convenient to fly with. Because right now I'm using my arrow stick on the left side here. Actually, it's in fighter stick, Warhawk, but nevertheless, simulated arrow stick on the left side. Okay, what's happening here? Why is it still turning? Let's turn everything off. Thank you. Thank you. And I think it's the wind. How do you stop that? Is there a brake for the Rotorblätter? I don't know the English word for that. Because that's now the wind attacking from the side. Yeah, so actually we landed. Anyone? Magnetos. Oh, it's Magnetos. Oh, look at that. I forgot that. Turning that off. Do they? But they still turn. They're not. They're not stopping. Pop the brakes. Yeah, I popped the brake. No, even getting faster. I'm not sure if this is realistic. No, I don't think so. But nevertheless, I'm out of the airplane. Welcome to Uetersen. So, question and answers. If you have any questions now about flying VFR in Germany, in Europe, in the States, I don't know, maybe chat can help. Feel free to do it now. So, is this a realistic representation of Uetersen? Do you know that guy? Krebs. Very nice. This looks like a fun location to be at. So we got a Würstchenbude. Very nice. Got some sausage. Yep. I know everybody. Very cool. Very cool. So what's your car here? No, you're coming with bicycle, I think. So do you have a spot for your bicycle? Let me see. I never thought about the other side of the entrance. Nice. Rundflüge, Schnupperkurse, Charterflüge. Joyair.de. Are you flying with the Joyair? There it is. 100 euros an hour. Okay, nice. Air, Rundflüge. Aero Club Hamburg. Oh, nice. Are there any unusual airports in Germany for VFR people should be aware of, as it were you need to extra prep compared to the textbook VFR? Yes, Frankfurt. Don't fly to Frankfurt if you like to have a nice VFR experience, because it's just too busy. Of course you can do that, and I'm joking around a little bit, but yeah. Might be pretty stressful. No, and there are no special airports in that. Just fly wherever you like to. Frankfurt-Egelsbach, yeah, it's a good one, but you need to be very sure about the airspaces there. You don't want to cross any of the closed airspace of Frankfurt Airport if you're doing stuff like there. So be pretty sure about that. That's an advanced airport, let's say it like that. Come to the north here, fly at some airports in the north. They're usually not that crowded, unless you fly into Hamburg, of course. But you can mix it, like today. Mix it with Hamburg, fly to Lübeck, fly to Bremen maybe. It's a busier airport anyway. Fly to the north coast, fly to Wilhelmshaven and all that stuff. Fly to the islands. It's pretty beautiful there. So how do they even get here? So that's south of the field. There's a little way here. This looks pretty small. So who's living here? Can we look into the home? No. So you come by that road. Let me see. All the way back. Maybe I should open Uetersen when I'm back in Germany next week. Yeah, do that. Why not? You did some nice radio streams doing Uetersen. Fly to the 3 big airports here. Hannover, Bremen, Hannover. Yep, that's what I did in one of my clips. And I even didn't recognize it. I was talking about the approach airspace, I think. Oh yeah, so it's a long ride back here into, I guess it's Uetersen, I don't know. Back to the, look at that. That looks interesting. I don't know. That's a bigger town now. I wasn't here, I was never here in real life, to be honest. Would be interesting. If I ever get the chance to get it up to the north again, I might call 1 or 2 people of you who are living here. Would like to visit you. Yeah, so, did I miss any questions? Let me see. German airspace are very easy compared to like Amsterdam or London. That's funny to say. I think it's more like Frankfurt compared to Amsterdam and London. The airspace is easy in the UK or in the north of the Netherlands as well. So I guess it's just the metro regions which are pretty crowded. That's the same here. Fly into Frankfurt and you get a busy experience now. Fly inside the Hamburg airspace. You see that with all the traffic at the evening. We get pretty busy and complicated airspace. Yeah, let me know. I might have the license then already. I would definitely time that as soon as you say I've got my license. I would definitely. But good question for that. Are you allowed to take passengers with you with your license? I'm not sure about that because there's some ways about that, huh? You know, sharing the costs and all that stuff. I'm not sure what's possible there and what not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, why not? Why shouldn't I want to? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's possible. Oh, that's cool. Hey, it's still spinning. So yeah, thank you for that. If you don't have any other questions for VFR, hopefully you had a nice evening with me, having some fun as VFR. Hopefully you learned something. Yeah. I shared some of my knowledge and I showed you some situations what not to do. I think that's the best way to learn. Mm-hmm. Next time, Vatsim Germany meeting in Kassel for you via Uetersen. Yeah, well, Yannick, the problem is Vatsim Germany meeting in Kassel means that's where I am. It's a bit of a problem to drive to Uetersen first to get back to Kassel where I am from, you know? Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for the stream. And yeah, have a nice evening. See you soon. Can I get you somewhere into another stream? If there's anyone on Twitch. Is Fighty still streaming? Fighty is still streaming. It's flying from Munich to Wien. Yeah, come on, let's do that. So, for everyone on YouTube, thanks for joining me. Everyone on Twitch, I will try to get you now and shove you into the stream of Fighty. How's it even called? Raid? Raid. There it is. So, bye-bye. See ya. Was fun. Where's the end stream? There's the end stream. Bye.